Welcome back to The Explainer. So today, we're taking something you probably chucked in the bin this morning and transforming it into an absolute powerhouse for your garden. We're talking about zero-waste kitchen scraps, specifically the humble banana peel. We're going to look at how to harness its natural chemistry to create a liquid fertilizer that will literally turbocharge your plant growth. Turns out we can save some serious cash on synthetic plant foods, and you're in the exact right place to find out how.
Picture this. You've just finished eating a banana, and instead of tossing that peel straight into the trash, you use it to unlock some explosive, vibrant growth in your tomatoes, peppers, or roses. What if I told you that this single piece of waste holds a secret nutritional profile that can totally rival store-bought fertilizers? It's highly sustainable, it's virtually free, and honestly, it is incredibly effective when you prepare it correctly.
I actually love this quote from our sources. Compost always amazes me. Boom. You've made black gold that makes your plants grow like crazy. And that is exactly the mindset we're bringing to this explainer today. We're going to take those discarded banana peels and turn them into a form of gardening black gold, a liquid superfeed that delivers some really rapid results.
All right, here's our agenda for today. First up, the banana peel superfood, then gathering your fermentation tools, followed by the step-by-step process. After that, we'll cover applying your liquid gold, then common mistakes in storage, and we'll wrap up with our key takeaways and disclaimer.
Section 1. The banana peel superfood.
To really understand why we're doing this, we've got to look at the underlying science. Like, why is this specific fruit peel so highly prized by expert gardeners? Well, a banana peel is essentially an organic nutritional powerhouse. It boasts a staggering 42% potassium. It also contains about 3% phosphorus, along with this crucial blend of calcium, magnesium, and sulfur. But notice what's completely missing here: nitrogen. And as we'll see in a bit, for a lot of fruiting and flowering plants, a low nitrogen, high potassium feed is exactly what triggers heavy blooms, rather than just pushing out more green leaves.
So how do these specific nutrients translate into visible benefits for your garden? Well, potassium is the heavy lifter here. It builds cell-wall turgor, which basically means it gives stems that rigid strength they need to stay upright and hold heavy fruit. It also regulates around 50 different plant enzymes, boosts flowering, increases pest resistance, and helps the whole plant move water internally. Calcium helps the plant absorb other nutrients, while magnesium is a building block for chlorophyll. Honestly, it's the perfect cocktail for plant vitality.
Section 2. Gathering your fermentation tools. Now that we've got the why down, let's look at how accessible this whole thing is. Setting up a homemade fertilizer operation is incredibly straightforward, and you probably have everything you need sitting in your kitchen right now. You need your base ingredients, banana peels, and water. But here's the absolute critical part I discovered. You need an activator. Relying on methods like Korean natural farming, adding brown sugar or molasses actually feeds beneficial microbes that break down the peels. Or, alternatively, using a splash of white vinegar provides acetic acid to help extract those minerals super fast. For equipment, just grab a simple mason jar, a breathable cloth or a coffee filter, and maybe a small weight to keep the peels submerged. That's the whole shebang.
Section 3. The step-by-step process.
We've got our tools, so let's walk through the actual procedure where we turn kitchen scraps into biologically active liquid gold. Step 1. Chop your peels up into small little squares. This increases the surface area for maximum nutrient extraction. Step 2. Pack them into your jar, cover with water, and add your brown sugar, molasses, or vinegar. Step 3 is super vital. Cover it with a breathable cloth, not a tight lid. This is an aerobic process, so those beneficial bacteria really need oxygen. Step 4. Let it sit in a cool, dark place for 1 to 2 weeks. You'll actually know it's working when you see tiny bubbles at the top and it develops this sweet, earthy, fermented smell. Finally, step 5. Just strain out the liquid.
Section 4. Applying your liquid gold.
Okay, so we've got this potent fermented concentrate, but we have to use it without harming our plants. Because yes, you can definitely overdo it. This number right here is your golden rule, the 1-to-4 ratio. Your fermented banana liquid is a heavy concentrate. You always want to dilute 1 part of your banana fertilizer with 4 parts of clean water before you apply it. This prevents nutrient burn and balances the acidity, ensuring your plants get a gentle, highly absorbable dose of nutrition.
It's also crucial to know your audience, which, in this case, means your plants. Plants that absolutely love this high potassium, low nitrogen feed include tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and roses. Oh, and if you use the vinegar extraction method, acid-loving plants like blueberries and hydrangeas will absolutely thrive on it. But keep in mind, avoid using this on indoor houseplants. That sweet organic aroma can quickly attract a massive swarm of fungus gnats, and nobody wants that in their living room. Also, keep it away from alkaline-loving crops like asparagus.
Section 5. Common mistakes and storage.
Now, before you run out to the garden, there's a lot of viral misinformation out there we really need to bust. If you spend any time on the internet, you've likely seen this viral hack telling you to just soak banana peels in a closed jar of tap water for a few days. Guys, this is a massive mistake. The potassium in a banana peel is locked behind rigid cellular walls. Simple soaking doesn't extract potassium, it literally just leaches out simple sugars. When you pour that unfermented sugar water into potting soil, it creates a huge bloom of anaerobic bacteria that will literally suffocate your plant's roots, leading straight to root rot. The correct method, the fermentation we just discussed, uses activators and oxygen to properly break down those cellular walls, unlocking the nutrients and breeding beneficial aerobic microbes instead.
When it comes to applying your correctly fermented liquid, pouring it on the soil isn't the only option. In fact, a really fascinating real-world case comes from researchers at Michigan State University. They documented that foliar feeding, which is spraying the diluted mix directly onto the leaves, is highly effective. See, leaves absorb nutrients rapidly through surface pores called stomata. For maximum absorption, you want to spray early in the morning, between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., or in the late evening, precisely when those stomata are wide open and temperatures are a bit cooler. When done right, you can often see visible results in just 3 days. Let's quickly touch on storage. Because you've created a biologically active, living fertilizer, it doesn't have a long shelf life. You really want to use it while it's freshly made for maximum enzymatic potency. If you try to store it long-term, especially in a warm or humid environment, it's going to spoil and go bad. Best practice, make small batches, use it up, and just start the next one.
Section 6. Key takeaways and disclaimer. So, tying all this soil science and practical kitchen alchemy together, here is your rapid-fire summary. Number 1. Remember to actively ferment your peels using brown sugar, molasses, or vinegar. Never just soak them in stagnant water. Always dilute your concentrated liquid 1 part fertilizer to 4 parts water. Target your outdoor fruiting and flowering plans to get the absolute most out of that potassium spike. Try applying it as a foliar spray in the early morning or late evening for immediate absorption. And finally, keep this mix strictly outdoors to spare your house from those pesky fungus gnats.
As always, while this method is heavily backed by sustainable farming practices, every single garden ecosystem is unique. It's highly recommended that you consult local gardening professionals or cooperative extensions to verify your specific soil composition and individual plant needs before introducing any new fertilizers.
We now have the exact blueprint to turn a simple piece of kitchen waste into a biological catalyst for your garden. Considering the nutrients, the fermentation chemistry, and the exact application techniques to yield massive, healthy blooms, looking at your countertop right now, I'll leave you with this question. How will you use your next banana peel? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and hey, happy gardening!